Welcome, Grade 4, to your first writing lesson for the week, Term 3, Week 3, 2021. Our learning intention today is to be able to describe to the reader what is happening in my story, to compare the importance of showing, not telling, in my writing. To be successful, you will be able to use adjectives to describe what is happening in the story. You can add detail to show what is happening in the story. And you can show details instead of telling them in your writing. So far in our 7 steps of writing process, we've talked about sizzling starts and we've brainstormed some great ideas for narratives. In this lesson, we are going to talk about the writing strategy, show, don't tell. So to create an interesting story, the writer needs to show and not tell the reader about the people, places, and things that they are writing about. Showing means creating a mental picture in the reader's mind. So think back to when you've read a book that really interests you. You all visualize when you are reading stories. A good author will help you to hear, see, smell, taste, and feel what is happening in the story. When readers get a clear picture, they are more engaged in the writer's story. Let's have a look at a couple of examples. In this one here, if you're just telling, is just Brian was angry, he started to yell. But this part over here shows Brian pursed his lips and clenched his fists into tight balls. Try as he might, he could not contain himself. Within seconds, he erupted like a volcano. So the author here has used their prior knowledge about what someone looks like when they're angry. Their lips are clenched and their fists are clenched into tight balls. Let's have a look at this one here. In this tell statement, Bailey was happy. In the show statement, it says, a gigantic grin spread across Bailey's face and her eyes lit up like the sky on the 4th of July. So once again, they've used what body language looks like when someone is feeling happy. There's a great grin across Bailey's face and her eyes lit up. Let's have a look at this one here. The tell sentence, Bella was shocked. Let's have a look at the show sentence. Bella couldn't help herself. Her jaw dropped to the floor as her eyebrows shot towards the ceiling. So in these show sentences or little paragraphs, you're putting more detail into the writing to show the reader and give them a visual of what they can think about, what they can visualize in their mind about what the person looks like when they're feeling this emotion. Let's have a look at this one here. The tell sentence. She was excited to see her dad. Here is the show sentence. When she saw her dad enter the gym, she sprinted across the room, jumped into his arms, and buried her head in his chest. So in this instance, the author is thinking about the behavior of the person when someone is excited. She's running across the room towards her dad, jumps excitedly into her dad's arms. Let's have a look at this last one here. The tell sentence is he felt sad. The show sentence, an ache started deep in his stomach. He turned away as his eyes welled up with tears. So in this show sentence, the author has talked about how you feel when you are sad. You have an awful feeling in your stomach, and showed what the behavior of the person is. There's tears in their eyes. It's a strategy or a technique that writers use to create a clear picture in the reader's mind. It makes the story much more interesting and allows the reader to fully understand how a character feels. Here's another couple of examples. This is the telling sentence. It was an unusual cat. Here is the showing sentence. With yellow eyes glowing red, long black fur that stood on end, a mouthful of sharp pointed teeth that emitted a yowl like a tiger, I knew that the small animal before me was no ordinary cat. So the author in this part has described what the animal looks like, We know from our prior knowledge that when a cat's fur is standing on end, then they're very angry. The author has also said the cat let out a yowl like a tiger. So we know that this cat is not a nice placid cat. It's a very extraordinary cat. Let's have a look at this one here. The telling sentence. The pizza was delicious. This is the showing sentences or a paragraph that shows that the pizza was delicious. Mushrooms and pepperoni sausage formed thick layers on top of one another, while the white mozzarella cheese bubbled over the bright red tomato sauce. Each time I took a bite, I planned it so that I got a taste of every luscious ingredient. My taste buds celebrated every single time. Oh, so good. The author here has created an amazing picture of what a delicious pizza looks like. You can almost smell what the pizza looks like. I know that it's really hot because the mozzarella cheese is bubbling. I can just imagine from my prior knowledge what this pizza looks like and smells like. I'm sure it would be amazing. So just let's go through these examples and just tell me what you think is more interesting in a story. Connor was scared, or Connor's tummy started to churn and he was beginning to break out into a cold sweat. Once again, the author has thought about the behavior of people when they're scared. They start to feel something in their stomach. They break out into a cold sweat. They're describing how this person's feeling and they're behaving without telling us that Connor was scared. Let's have a look at the next one. Sadia felt happy. That's your telling sentence. The showing sentence. Sadia's eyes lit up as a huge smile appeared on her face. So with this sentence here, we automatically know that Sadia is happy because she has a huge smile on her face and her eyes are bright and lit up. So that sentence, without telling us, shows us that Sadia is happy. Alex was shy. The showing sentence. Alex blushed and looked up at the sky. Once again, the author has thought about the behavior of a person when they're shy. They tend to look down. They tend to, shrug their shoulders. They get embarrassed and they blush and they look up at the sky, or they might look down at their shoes. Let's have a look at this one. Sophie was angry. So that's telling us what's happened. This sentence is showing us what happens. Sophie's face turned bright red and she started to clench her fists. And if you look at this picture, you could probably use her body language as well. You could say that she raised her arms threateningly or something like that to show that she's angry. This sentence here, the telling sentence, Lucy was cold. This sentence here shows us how she's feeling. Lucy started to shiver and rubbed her hands together to keep herself warm. They're all behaviours that we have seen people display when they are cold. So this sentence, without telling us that Lucy is cold, is showing us the behaviours that a person displays when they are cold. Okay. What I would like you to do is stop the video for 20 seconds and come up with a different sentence to show that this person is tired. You might think about how his face looks. You might say he struggled to keep his eyes open. That's showing, not telling, that this person is tired. Have a go. Here's another example we'd like you to have a go at. Have a look at the body language of the person. The telling sentence is, she was shocked. Stop the video and take 30 seconds to think about a sentence that you could use to show the reader that this person is shocked. Think about how they would be feeling, thinking about how they would be behaving. Think about their body language, how their body language would be. Here's another one. Stop the video for 30 seconds and see if you can think of another sentence to show that this person is excited. The telling sentence is, she was excited. Think of a sentence that shows me that she's excited. Think about her body language. Think about her facial expressions. Think about what she would do. Would she let out a great big whoop or something like that? Here is your task, or one of your tasks for today. This form is at the end of the lesson plan, so keep scrolling down under the lesson plan and you will find it there. You can choose to print it out if you like, or you can just write these in your books. So a couple of examples have been given to you here. It says, write some examples of words or phrases instead of tired. Now, it says words or phrases. So in this part here, we've got another word for sad, which is wept. That's a word. Down here is a phrase that shows us that someone is embarrassed. Blood flushed into my face. The face went bright red. So you're thinking of phrases or words for these feelings. We've got tired, sad, scared, angry, shy, grumpy, ill or sick, embarrassed, and surprised. Once again, with each emotion that you're looking at, activate your prior knowledge and think about the body language that someone displays with this, just for example, with tired. Think about the body language someone displays when they're tired, thinking about their facial expressions when they're tired. Think about how you feel when you are tired and what it looks like. So your next task is to rewrite these sentences with a showing, not telling sentence. So with these two, we're just expecting a sentence. So the telling sentence is, she was so sad when she lost her puppy. So you might think about what someone looks like when they are sad. You can start with, her shoulders slumped, tears formed in her eyes as she realized her puppy was missing. So you're beginning your sentence showing how this person feels, how they're feeling, what they look like, what their facial expressions are. The next sentence we would like you to have a go at, the telling sentence is, the cake was delicious. Go back to the pizza slide and have a read of that one again. You need to show me how the cake was delicious. What did it look like? What did it smell like? What did it taste like? After that, we would like you to have a go at writing a showing paragraph. So that means 2 or more sentences. So write a paragraph showing me that the garden was beautiful. You could think about standing in someone's garden that you think is beautiful. What can you see? What can you smell? What's the weather like? How are you feeling? Does it make you feel grateful? Think about all those feelings that you can show and not tell. We would like a paragraph on, it was a stormy night, and a paragraph on, it was an exciting day. So refer back to the slides that we've gone through to show you the body language of how people are feeling. Use your own prior knowledge to think about what you look like, how you feel, what you taste, to write your showing paragraphs. Good luck with your task today.